step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Monday to you and welcome to it. Happy Monday to you, Zoe. How are you?
Monday, good, and welcome back.
Thank you very much. Great to be
missed
back
you.
after an awesome adventure in the city of Seoul. Can't wait to tell you all about it.
That's right. Well, listen, someone else that can't wait to tell us all about it is Dean Botha joins us in studio this morning, and it's all about creating awareness around bullying in schools, and it's called Bully Proof, an exciting boxing match coming up.
Yeah.
Some celebs going to get in the ring, and that's all for a greater cause.
Yeah.
So Dean Botha joins us this morning.
A great initiative to support indeed. And then we also talk about 3 tech innovations that went completely bust. In fact, they were an absolute flop. Things that people they just didn't like enough. They didn't double click on that or swipe right enough. You know what I mean? That
Well,
kind
you
of-
see, we're going to be spending time in the kitchen, and something that'll be absolutely flop-proof is our Oat Breakfast Bowl. Our Oat
Sounds good.
Breakfast Bowl. Not blue. I'm wearing blue today. I don't know why the
Why
blue
did you say
slipped in
blue?
there.
Just put yourself in there as well while you're at it. And then we also asked the very important question, have you fallen out of love? That's the question we're discussing with our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, a little bit later on. And then we restore that love with a bit of music. We've got Kayley Mal in the studio. She's dropping her brand new single called Grapevine, and we can't wait to hear it.
That's right. Well, on that note, let's take a look at what's happening in your temperatures.
Good morning, team. So good to be back with you on your Monday morning. Let's start off this week on the right note. Right now, though, let's quickly take a look at your weather and your temperatures. And most parts of the country can expect warm temperatures with partly cloudy conditions today. And however, Cape Town can see some drizzle, which will get persistently heavier with the floodgates opening fully by the late evening. And that's around 7 o'clock. And if you are affected by the bus strike, please keep this in mind for your travel times. Your temperatures quickly: Polokwane 12 minimum with a maximum 27 degrees. Mobela 14.29, Pretoria 12.27, Johannesburg 9 minimum with a maximum 25, Mahikeng 11.29, Klerksdorp 9 minimum with a maximum 28 degrees, Kimberley 11.28, Bloemfontein starting off on a cool 7 degrees, reaching a warmer 25, Richards Bay 19.31, Pietermaritzburg 13 this morning with a maximum 28, Durban 19.27, Mthatha 13.29, East London 18 with a maximum 27, Cradock also a hot day expected, 10 minimum with a maximum 31, Port Elizabeth 15.26, George 14.28, Sutherland starting off on a cool 8 degrees, warming up to 23, Cape Town 14.20, Worcester 11.26, Springbok 10 minimum with a maximum 25 degrees, and Uppington a very hot day expected, 11 minimum reaching a high of 34 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated as always throughout the course of your Feel Good Monday morning. I'm back just after 7 o'clock with another look.
Well, let's take a first look at the roads, starting off in the Western Cape in Athlone. There's congestion building on the N2 inbound, and that's from Borchards Quarry Road due to an accident ahead of Jan Smuts Drive. There's also poor visibility on the road, so please maintain a safe following distance. More coming your way in half an hour.
Effaflu C Immune Booster from Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
All right, well, a happy Monday to you. If you've just joined us, check out the social media space right now. And Monday post on Facebook going, brrr, we can certainly feel all those winter chills around. But do you feel most content bundled up in a jersey during winter months? Or is being in a costume on the beach during summer more your thing? Let's see what you have to say. Nathan Paul here says, I love winter, especially when it's cold and chilly. It reminds me about being in the Free State. Donay says, definitely prefer the winter rains. It's just wonderful. Simon says, winter here. And I took out my warm jacket. Yes, wear it proudly. Vincent says, bundled up with a jersey during winter. I just love winter, says Lillian. Mornings, fam. How was your weekend? Mine was quite exciting. Well, I'm glad it was, Sabelo. And I think Simon also showing us off. Oh, yes, that's the winter jacket he was talking about. There it is. Let's enlarge it. Let's cover the style, cover the swag on this Monday, cover the... Just... Yes, man.
Well, listen, time for us to take a look at what happened on this day in history as we live in a world that is constantly changing. Life seems to be getting faster by the day. And today, the 23rd of April, we're going to quickly put on the brakes and see what happened.
Gee, I can't believe this month is flying indeed, but a rather interesting one that we have today. In 2005, the first ever YouTube video was uploaded on the 23rd of April titled Me at the Zoo, and it was only 19 seconds long, all right? This is how it looked.
Alright, so here we are in front of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really long trunks, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
That's pretty much all there is to say.
Really long trunks.
Oh, there
That's really all we have to say.
And how has YouTube evolved since then? I mean, with over 1 billion users that launched a variety of careers. In fact, some of the biggest stars today got global recognition on YouTube.
That's right.
And after being discovered on YouTube, Justin Bieber skyrocketed from a relatively obscurity to one of the biggest acts in the world. He also started with some homemade covers that he uploaded at the age of 12, which convinced execs at Island Def Jam that, you know, recordings that he is worthy of being signed up.
Look at that. It feels like yesterday, man, with Justin Bieber. That's crazy. But other notable musicians who also got their start on YouTube included Ed Sheeran, Shawn Mendes, 5 Seconds of Summer, Charlie Puth, The Weeknd, Alessia Cara, and also James Bay.
How exciting.
YouTube, man, YouTube.
That's right. Well, that was our bite-sized dose of what happened on this day in history. Why don't you go out, seize the day, upload it onto YouTube, and make it one for the books.
Be honest though, when you hear that Bieber song, you're still like, oh yeah, baby. We all love that song, man. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we take a look at a great initiative that is helping our young people out there become bully-proof. Great stuff indeed. Celebrities putting their bodies on the line for this great initiative. And then we also take a look at some tech innovations that flopped. Unbelievable stuff. Take a look at that. Well, after the break. We'll be right back.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Good to be hanging out with you on this Monday, man. Start of the week. Do you have a little eyebrow twitch there? What's going on there? Yeah.
I'm feeling extraordinarily proud right now, Ewan.
Listen,
so should you.
Can I just quickly say, before we
say it,
I want to say well done to each and every one of you in Josie that came through to the presenter search on 3 auditions. We saw thousands of people. You guys are rock stars. It was great to connect with you. It was insane, man.
Yeah. These are the future people, the people that we hope to see in the future in things like Time Magazine. As we congratulate Trevor Noah for an incredible achievement. He has now been named among Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world. And take a look, he is one of the busts on one of the covers that you will see worldwide. Next Generation Leaders. Of course, he was elected among the Next Generation Leaders in 2017 by Time Magazine. But to be in this list is incredible. What they also then did is they went out and found other celebrities to write stories about these 100 people. And guess who wrote about him? Kenyan-Mexican actress Lupita Nyong'o.
No way.
Wrote a piece about him saying, a fantastic storyteller. He's always been a defier of rules, which he broke simply by being born in his native country. Of course, we know about his book. At The Daily Show, which he has truly globalized, Trevor seeks out comedians of color in every possible venue, no matter how small. And of course, he's been given some massive respect across the world for making it among the list of people like Roger Federer, Tiffany Haddish, Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Lopez, to name but a few.
And at a young age as well. He's only 33.
Absolutely.
It is ridiculous. So well done, Trevor, man. Well
Absolutely, great stuff. And then in other news, a big congratulations goes out to former Miss South Africa, Marilyn Ramos. There she is. She and her boyfriend, Lawrence Mahoney, are getting hitched. Yes, they're getting hitched. Of course, she was crowned Miss South Africa in 2012, and she wrote this in a beautiful post about the proposal. Yes, 1 billion times yes. Yes to becoming a wife to the man of my dreams, the most beautiful person I know, my inspiration, and my absolute best friend. Look at the moment, just teary-eyed. And he then went on to write on his Facebook page, can't wait to spend the rest of my life journey with the best friend and now my fiancée and soon-to-be wife. The best is yet to come. This is that's a,
Look at the happiness.
I want to start my Mondays like this, man, with happy stories, good stuff. Trevor Noah and wedding bells.
This is good, man. That's it. That sets the tone for the rest of the week.
I like it like that.
Yeah, listen, something else that's quite inspiring right now, though. We know that bullying is a big problem globally, right here in our own country as well, and we need to start a serious conversation about it. So cue the next celebrity bully-proof boxing match. We hang out with Dean Botha about the upcoming event.
Bullying is an unfortunate reality for many school learners all over the world, and that is why some of our favorite celebrities, under the guidance of bodybuilder Bruce Benjamin and partnership of Pride Factor, are getting together in the boxing ring in August to help encourage children across the country to become bully-proof. Now, MD of Pride Factor, Dean Botha, joins us on Expresso this morning to share more behind this exciting initiative. Dean, I'm super excited for what's to come.
Zoe, so are we.
Do you feel like enough is being done to curb bullying? I mean, in schools and online. Do you think enough is being done?
It's an interesting question, that. I mean, the more exposure we get to it, the more we see it. So is it being combated? Isn't it? I'm not 100% sure. But obviously it takes campaigns like this to bring it to the forefront of awareness so that everyone can stop making an impact and can realize that something needs to be done about it.
I know, and you guys have got some great celebrities on the lineup. Why is it so important to partner with celebrities for an initiative like this?
I think that it's twofold. One is that, well, celebrities make things look cool, and cool things appeal to the youth. So whenever you add a celebrity to the element, obviously it makes the things look cool. Secondly, celebrities are always people that have usually excelled in their passion and turned it into their career. I mean, you happen to like TV presenting, don't you?
I love it.
And you're pretty good at it. So that obviously turns you into a celebrity. So the fact that we've got these well-known ambassadors speaking on behalf of the youth, saying we stand up to it, we've had enough, anti-bully this out of it, I feel the tie-in is just perfect.
And you know what, you'll be so surprised when you hear the celebs. I mean, people idolize them and put them on this platform, But at the end of the day, they all have their own story that they'll probably share, and I think a lot of youth can take encouragement from that. But I want to ask you, how's this campaign going to, impact and improve the situation for those who are currently struggling with bullying?
Again, I think it's more creating awareness, and with these top role models and celebrities that we've got fighting, as well as under the guidance of Bruce Benjamin and the whole campaign that he's put together here, which is phenomenal. Hopefully it'll just create awareness, and we'll get some of the youngsters in the playground or online saying, enough, stop, I stand up, I won't have it done to me anymore. That's obviously what we're trying to create here, is stronger individuals to say, enough is enough, I'll stand my ground, and no more bullying. And
stand together as well.
Definitely.
I mean, the other day we had Ryan Botha and Courtney Krieger with Bruce on the show, and they were talking about how, their journey now getting ready for the fight, since they'll be in the ring together. Yeah. But how are the celebs, being trained so that they're right for the fight? How they're being conditioned, and is diet going to play a role? How are the celebs preparing for this match?
Well, there's twofold there again. We've got the Cape Town contingency and the Johannesburg contingency. So I know everyone in Cape Town's kind of getting looked after by Bruce himself, which is a phenomenal feat in its own. Everyone in Johannesburg's getting looked after by Smith's Boxing Gym, who I actually worked with last year. And they're like the boxing heroes of Johannesburg, without a doubt. So that's actual training. When it comes to the dietary side of things, I think that just takes a little bit of personal and self-control. Is eat right, don't drink that, do drink this, etc., etc. So I think everyone's kind of looking after themselves. But the matchup that they put together here, and as you say, the celebrities that we've got behind it, the names, I'm very much looking forward to this. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've been in the ring before. Are you planning on jumping into it again?
Well, after Graham Richards beat me up in front of everyone, I kind of left the ring a little bit ashamed. I'm not getting back in this year. No, an injury has prevented me from doing it. But no, enough from me. Sivan Geese is obviously the MC. He's going to be looking after it. All the matchups is there. We'll be supporting every way that we can. But no, I'm not getting back in the ring.
Well, Dean, it's so exciting to see, what you've been doing with Pride Factor and all the amazing things that's come from it. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, these celebrities, they might be rolling with the punches, but you don't have to. You can follow their journeys as they ready themselves for an epic bout of boxing, as well as hear their stories about overcoming their problems with bullying by using the hashtag #JagBullyProof on all of your social media platforms.
There we have it, man. Shout out to all those celebs, man, putting their bodies on the line. It's a big thing.
Dude, we know what it takes. We've been there.
We've been there.
We've been there. Inside the ring.
Exactly. Listen, let's quickly talk sport, dude. And I hope you're going to bring me up to scratch, because I was, like I mentioned, up in Joburg, presenter search on 3. It felt like I met the entire Joburg over this past 2 days. It was crazy. So fill me in, dude. What's happening on the sports field?
Yeah, it certainly was non-stop entertainment on the footballing fields across the world, because it was Cup semi-final time here in South Africa, as well as in England as well. So if you missed it, let's quickly update you. Nedbank Cup semi-finals, of course, the 10th year of the Nedbank Cup. Huge prize money, in fact, 7 million rand up for grabs for the winning team. Kaizer Chiefs, unfortunately, saw the end of their run as they lost 2-0 to Free State Stars, a match that did not end, or didn't even start very well, because within in the first minute of the game, Harris Chilumbu put Free State Stars up ahead, and in the 34th minute, a second goal was scored. He doubled up his tally, and that's how the score remained for the rest of the entire match. And what's sad about it, not just losing the match itself, Steve Komphela, head coach of Kaizer Chiefs, then resigned immediately afterwards. It's been a terrible run for him as head coach of the team. They haven't won any silverware. In fact, their worst, I guess, trophy drought, if you will, in the history of the club. And at the end of the match itself, some fans got into some scuffles and there was damage done to the stadium. We never ever want to see stuff like that. Fortunately, since then, those who were injured were then returned back to their loved ones. In the other match, of course, Maritzburg United victorious over likely champions for the season, Mamelodi Sundowns. They beat them 3-1 at the Harry Gwala Stadium in Pietermaritzburg, and goals there from Gaston Cirino, who broke the deadlock in the 2nd minute, and then Lebohang Maboe brought back the score to level in the 44th, and then 2 more goals there from Maritzburg United saw them go through, and the final will be getting played on the 19th of May at Cape Town Stadium. And as I said, 7 million rand up for grabs, buddy.
That's a full cup, eh? That's
full
a full
Nedbank
cup, man.
And then if you want to go over to England, it was all about the FA Cup semi-finals
right.
this weekend. Manchester United took on Tottenham Hotspurs, and it was the Red Devils that came out victorious after the Lily Whites went ahead through Dele Alli, but the equaliser from former Arsenal player Alexis Sanchez put them on level terms, and then a great collaboration that ended in Ander Herrera scoring the winning goal for United, and of course they're now progressing through to the oldest cup in the entire, in the world, I think. It was founded in 1871 and is now 147 years old. You can see there Dele Alli making good work. Then Pogba, very, very influential in the game, and with this delightful cross, finding Alexis Sanchez, bam, for the equaliser. And I'm sure you'll see the Ander Herrera goal in a second. But then Chelsea also then progressed through to the final, beating Southampton 2-0 with goals from Olivier Giroud and Alvaro Morata. What makes the final so scintillating is the fact that this will be the first time that Jose Mourinho will be playing as head coach on the other side. The last time he won this title, which is the FA Cup, he was playing against United as coach of Chelsea back when Alex Ferguson was still in charge of the Red Devils. So it should offer some great footballing action to watch, because this is the last time that either of these two teams have, and their last chance to win silverware, because obviously Champions League is out of it, the league is out of it, so they need to both bring their best onto the football field.
Well, one thing for sure was a lot of action on the field, man. Yeah, I felt like I missed out quite a lot, man. But thank you for bringing us up to scratch. That's your sports roundup on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Monday morning.
Well, listen, don't go anywhere. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Kayley Mal, she's performing for us after the break. And then, of course, we're also going to take a look at some tech innovations, but the ones that flopped. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Monday. We're live, large, and in charge. And guys, can you feel it?
We can feel it.
Feel the tension, yes, because it's TIOT 8 Monday. And tonight, on Tropical Island of Treasure Maldives, it's the final elimination. Now, one team will be going home and two teams will be going through into the grand finale to compete for a grand prize of a shared 1 million rand. Now, after a challenge that stretches the team's resolving skills and strength, to the two bottom teams will be competing in the show's final elimination challenge. And the shocking elimination confirms which two teams have made it into the finale to battle it out for that smooth cash prize. That battle reaches its climax tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Here is a sneak peek.
Tonight on Tropical Island of Treasure Maldives, go!
It's the final elimination and we have one objective. That's to win the challenge.
Do it, boy!
The contestants must battle the elements and each other in this season's final elimination.
I'm feeling very nervous right now.
My hands are shaking and the wind keeps blowing things off. We could be out of elimination for the first time ever.
Catch Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives tonight at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Ooh, heart in mouth moments.
I was out of breath just watching that.
That was all like a snippet.
Yeah. So be sure not to miss this exciting episode tonight at Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives at 7:30 p.m. right here on SABC3. And also, don't forget that you can also stand a chance of winning when you buy Tropica and then follow the entry details on the bottle, and you could stand a chance of winning loot.co.za vouchers to shop online. There's American Tourista luggage, Daniel Klein watches, airtime, or that grand prize of a Kia Picanto. T's and C's can be found on tropica.co.za.
Oh, man.
That's exciting.
No, I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Exciting. Well, listen, we're also ready to see what Ewan found online for us.
Yeah, man, I like this. This is very cool. So this morning we have to show you this incredible invention from YouTuber sensation Joseph's Machines, all right? So what he did was, he didn't want to wait for his dessert after he finished his main meal, all right? So he kind of created this whole contraption, making sure that his dinner, when it's finished, his dessert arrives just on time.
Did he just pull that entire laptop off of the table?
It took him 3 months to build this, by the way. Yes, the laptop did fall off the table.
That baby?
I think the baby was the initiator. Look at that. He's still eating his dinner.
Bam,
So
bam,
perfectly
bam,
timed.
bam.
Oh, wow.
That is crazy.
What
man.
on earth is going on?
Wow.
No, guys.
How's that for perfectly timed?
Bam.
Where's the cherry?
Why is Chucky watching him from the back there?
That is so funny.
That is incredible.
Okay.
And then
not
for
that.
good
It's probably
service,
for the baby. It's probably for the baby.
the music as well is just...
Bam, Gerrie. Yes.
Get in there!
Oh, but look how messy.
Get in there!
Wow. That is brilliant. 3 months it took him to put this thing together,
That's
but
serious dedication.
That's 40 seconds of my life I won't regret getting back.
no. I suggest you check him out on YouTube, man. The things that he kind of invents and puts together is just mind-blowing.
Joseph's Machine.
Joseph's Machines.
Anyway, let us know which hashtag, videos or stories have caught your attention online this morning, and share your thoughts with us online using hashtag Expresso Show on all of our social media platforms. But right now it's time for some music. Are you guys ready for some music? So this morning we're joined by 20-year-old singer-songwriter from Cape Town, Kayley Mal. Now, as a young musician, Kayley has been writing since a very young age, in fact 11 years old, and she's produced over 100 songs. She joins us out to, of course, to release her debut album and perform it right here in our studio, which we'll hear a bit later. Right now she's about to perform You Live and You Learn.
You and you make a river of all my tears, because you never loved me. Yeah, you never looked at me the way I've always looked at you, the way I always saw right through. And I could look you in the eyes, and you put on your disguise, and I would listen to your lies. For a second I would smile, because you're good with your words, even though they hurt, even though they burn. I guess you live and you learn. It feels like someone has stabbed my heart. It feels like my body has been taken out by a gunshot. It feels like I'm losing my mind while you're over there feeling fine. I feel sad, 'cause at 19 my soul is dying, because you never loved me. Yeah, you never looked at me the way I've always looked at you, the way I always saw right through. And I could look you in the eyes, you put on your disguise. I would listen to your lies, and for a second I would smile, because you're good with your words, even though they hurt, even though they burn. I guess you live and you learn.
Beautiful stuff from Kayley Mal on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Monday morning. Thank you so much. Great start to the day. Beautiful song. And can't wait to chat to you later about your journey in music and where you are right now. In the meantime, link up with us on our social media platforms and let us know what you thought about that performance of Live and Learn.
Thank you so much, Kat. Let's quickly take a look at your news headlines on your Monday morning. First in your national news, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan has expressed confidence that the country will begin to see proper investigations and prosecutions into allegations of corruption and state-owned enterprises. He was being interviewed by the SABC in Washington, where he has been engaging the leadership of the World Bank on global best practices in the monitoring and management of state-owned entities. Gordhan says radical surgery is required to ensure that Eskom's 13.5 billion rand municipal debt is overhauled. Then the rate of poaching rhinos in the Kruger Park has declined by 20%, but there's been a rise in the number of elephants being targeted. The chief ranger in the Kruger National Park, Ken Maggs, says 504 rhinos and 67 elephants were killed by poachers in the park in 2017. An anti-rhino poaching pledge has been signed by SANParks, the South African Police Service, the South African National Defence Force, Nehawu and Hospersa, as an initiative to actively fight the wildlife crime. In your international news, a suicide bomb attack at voter registration center in the Afghan capital of Kabul has killed at least 57 people. The dead include 21 women and 5 children killed when the blast hit the queue outside. A further 119 people were injured. The Islamic State group said it had carried out the attack. IS's mouthpiece says a suicide bomber wearing an explosive belt had targeted the center, which is in the Dashte Barchi area of western Kabul. And lastly, Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has been listed among the world's top 100 most influential people by Time magazine, and the government says his inclusion should be celebrated. Mnangagwa was listed together with, amongst others, South African comedian Trevor Noah, US President Donald Trump, Britain's Prince Harry, television host and owner Oprah Winfrey, and pop singer Rihanna. Time selects its list of the most influential people every year in various fields, which include politics, entertainment, and sport. That's where we leave your news headlines. We'll bring you a final update at 8.
And a very good morning to all our sports fans. A roundup of the sporting results from the weekend. It was a round of giant killing in the Nedbank Cup this weekend, as both Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns were knocked out of the semi-finals. On Saturday, Chiefs fell to a 2-0 loss against Free State Stars in Durban. The shock result proved to be coach Steve Compella's final game in charge, as he resigned soon after the match. While over in Pietermaritzburg yesterday, Mamelodi Sundowns went down to Maritzburg United by 3-1. Over in England, Chelsea and Manchester United will battle it out in the final of the FA Cup this season, as both teams claimed semi-final victories this weekend. Up first, Manchester United fought back from a goal down to see out a 2-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur on Saturday, with Alexis Sanchez and Ander Herrera on target for United. In the second semi-final, Chelsea had no problem getting past Southampton with a 2-0 win. In rugby news, it was all smiles for the Sharks in Super Rugby this weekend as they walked away with a win in the local derby against the Stormers. Bouncing back from their crushing defeat to the Bulls last week, the Sharks outscored the Cape side by 3 tries to 2 on their way to a 24-17 win. In other results, the Bulls pulled off a 28-10 win over the Rebels, while the Lions enjoyed a 29-0 victory over the Waratahs. And finally, Rafael Nadal took his tally at the Monte Carlo Masters to a record-setting 11 titles yesterday as he beat Kayley in straight sets. Having not dropped a single set throughout the tournament, Nadal once again put on a masterclass performance on the day as he secured a title win, with a 6-3, 6-2 win. And the victory also saw Nadal claim his 31st Masters title overall, which moved him 1 ahead of Novak Djokovic. And that's a roundup of the sporting results from the weekend.
Well, let's take another look at your roads, starting off in Gauteng and Highfield. Now, traffic slow moving on the N1 southbound, and that's from the Brakfontein interchange and Olifantsfontein Road. There are delays of up to 22 minutes. Now, that's where we leave your traffic. I'll have another update for you just after 8.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Just after 7 o'clock, let's quickly take another look at your weather and your temperatures. And it looks like warm temperatures for most parts of the country with partly cloudy conditions. However, over in Cape Town, a light drizzle can be expected this morning with heavier rains expected from around 7 o'clock tonight. Really holding thumbs for that one. But if you are affected by the bus strike, just keep this in mind for your travel times. Your temperatures quickly. Polokwane starting off on 12 minimum, reaching a high of 27 degrees. Mbombela 14.29, Pretoria 12.27, Johannesburg 9 minimum, reaching a high of 25 degrees. Mahikeng 11.29, Klerksdorp 9.28, Kimberley 11 with a maximum 28 degrees, Bloemfontein 7 minimum with a high of 25, Richards Bay 19.31, Pietermaritzburg 13.28, Durban 19.27, Mthatha starting off on 13, reaching a high of 29, East London 18.27, Cradock 10.31, Port Elizabeth 15.26, George on 14 minimum and your maximum 28, Sutherland 8 minimum this morning with a maximum of 23, Cape Town 14.20, Worcester 11.26, Springbok 10 minimum with a maximum 25, and Uppington a hot day expected starting off on 11, reaching a high of 34 degrees. As a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for the 7 o'clock bulletin, I've got one more update heading your way just after 8.
All right, if you've just tuned in, I'm trying to wrap my head around what Patricia's trying to say here. Hashtag Monday Motivation is trending right now. And hey, my German, in fantastische Welten so frisch kennen. That's as far as it goes, if verstehen Sie nicht. But I love it when somebody says Happy Monday. It's such a great way to start the day. Let's see what else people are saying. One here saying optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Beautiful words there. A goal should scare you a little and excite you a lot. That's very true. Think about that when you are pursuing your goals today. Another one here, hashtag Monday Motivation, saying we must look past our own narrow interests and attend to the interests of our global society. Very, very true indeed. How in need we are of leadership like that. Another one here saying every time you smile at someone, it's an action of love, a gift to that person, and a beautiful thing. So here's mine to you.
Well, we are back with our regular Guess Who game, and what we've done is we've deliberately blurred out the photo of someone well-known to get your brain working faster on a Monday morning. So can you guess who we're talking about? We'll also be giving you a couple of clues, so don't worry if the blurry image is too difficult.
Let's take a photo, yeah. So actually we just couldn't get a good photo of the person. You were too far. Anyways, we zoomed in. This is what you can expect. You need to guess who this is. But here's your clues, all right? This is an American rapper and a songwriter that started making mixtapes as a teenager, calling himself K. Dot.
Okay.
All right? Then he produced the soundtrack for the 2018 superhero film Black Panther. There's a big clue for you there. And one more clue, just in case you're not sure. He became the first rap artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for music for his album titled Damn.
I think that is a real giveaway.
Damn.
So head on over to our social media platforms. That's at Expresso Show. And let us know who our mystery person this morning is.
All right, so while you're thinking about that, we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, we take a look at 3 technological innovations that became a complete flop. And then we also help you out if you're preparing breakfast this morning with these very simple ingredients. We'll make a flop-proof Oats Breakfast Bowl. Like, you can't mess this up. It's so simple. So delicious. You can't. You really can't. No, but like you can't. Look, it's just, you can't. You can't mess it up.
Get a taste of the smooth island life and win big with Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and you could win daily airtime prizes, Daniel Klein watches, American Tourista luggage for your next adventure, vouchers from loot.co.za to shop the hot daily deals online, and the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. For competition T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za. And don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning, happy Monday, and welcome back to the show. Now it's time for our Monday Tech Talk, if you will, with our expert Bryan Smith. And today we're looking at 3 tech innovations that ended up a complete flop. Can't wait to hear what you brought with you, Bryan, but always good to see you. We start off first with something that you and I were kind of arguing. It wasn't really a flop, wasn't really a flop, but anyway, Google Glasses. What exactly went wrong there? Because we were anticipating that somewhere in the future we would all be using Google Glasses, right?
Definitely. So Google Glasses, I think, captured everyone's imagination and then just never made it to store shelves.
Yeah.
And this kind of technology we might see in the future, but this idea in itself definitely flopped, and I don't think Google will ever live this down. The chief problem behind Google Glass really is that it failed to convince consumers that there was an actual need for this product.
Yes, yes.
Chiefly, it arrived at a time where smartphone screens were getting bigger, we were spending more time on mobile devices, and really there weren't enough augmented reality experiences, apps, services to convince people that this kind of gadget would really play a role in their lives.
Exactly.
Like I say, we might see this idea transition to a different project in the future, but definitely this was an idea that went nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's take a look at another one. At some point, DVDs were a massive thing, and then out came HD DVD players and Blu-ray players, and that never really caught on.
Definitely, and there's actually a really interesting parallel here between VHS and Betamax, if you remember those from the 1980s and 1990s. And chiefly, HD DVD enjoyed its time in the sun for a very brief while. But the reason Blu-ray took over and then streaming is that HD DVD was quite ill-timed in the sense that a lot of major film studios adopted Blu-ray as their format. Some specific film studios adopted Blu-ray from the outset, which ultimately proved not fruitful at all to HD DVD, and chiefly the arrival of streaming platforms just totally usurped the role HD DVD might have had.
Yeah, I still have some Blu-ray DVDs at home. Never ever put them in any machine and never used them. Like, I feel so silly. But let's talk about social media. There was a time when MySpace was all the rage, and now, I mean, even just looking at the setup of this, it's just like,
brings back some memories.
What were we doing? But anyway, MySpace being one of the flops you were talking about.
Definitely. So MySpace, as we all know, was sort of cannibalized by Facebook, and chiefly MySpace couldn't do what we call in the tech world shipping products, so bringing new features to market and also retaining its users. Ultimately, Facebook came along, and that's something Facebook typically does quite well.
Yeah.
MySpace just couldn't make the transition from being a website to joining mobile devices, building apps, and really that's why we all sort of pivoted to Facebook, and MySpace now just sits on the internet sort of as the dinosaur of a bygone era.
Could they come back, do you think?
Possibly. Very interesting. It still attracts 50 million users per month in the United States. So there's definitely, perhaps it's a bit like a museum exhibition, but there's potential. Anything can happen.
It's like a lot of people on Twitter always ask, like, what are people doing on Facebook? Like, what is there to be done there? But anyway, let's talk about the future and what you think might be a possible flop in times to come.
Definitely. I think the easiest target perhaps is tablets. And I say that because there are two innovations that might well replace the need for them in our daily lives. The first is foldable smartphones that could transition to be a tablet and then close again to fit in our pocket, and that kind of obviates the need to carry around a tablet in the first instance. Yeah. The second is something we see play out in markets in the United States, is the fact that entry-level laptops such as Chromebooks have proved really popular in education markets, and that's kind of usurped the role tablets might have played. Tablets might be the genesis of ideas that we see in future, specifically with touch technology, but I don't really feel we'll be seeing this for very long in the market space as we've come to know it up until now.
Wow, Brian, you're so harsh. You're hurting my tablet's feelings, eh? Wow.
Hold it close.
You just nearly fragged it. Do people even use that word anymore? Frag?
You can visit MySpace.
Thank you so much, man. Always appreciate your time and expertise here. And that's all we have for you for this Monday's Tech Talk. And if you'd like more information on the world of technology, you can visit our website, expressoshow.com.
Well, it is Monday, which means it's time for us to jump straight into some fitness. And this morning we have a brand new face. We have Gerrie Jansen for us. He's from Gerrie Superior Fitness. And Gerrie, I'm glad that you're joining us this morning. And you're doing an explosive training workout with us?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit. It sounds like we're going to get our heart rate up in a second.
Yeah, you know, this is a concept I put together. It's called SEAST. It means Specialized Endurance and Aerobic Strength Training. It's actually a burst training workout, which means you can do this workout in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, in any amount of time you have.
Okay.
Whatever you want to achieve, you can do it, because this is an exercise which works your whole body in a non-stop pattern. You just keep on repeating it.
Okay.
So whether you want to lose weight, build muscle, lean out fast, and just burn fat, this is exactly what you should do.
Okay, so you're going to take us through it. So you said we're going to start off with a little bit of a warm-up.
Yeah, first we're going to start with a little bit of warm-up. We're going to warm up the whole body. First of all, you're going to have your arms up there. So we're going to go left, right, center, arms open again. We do it again, left, right, center. And now from there, we're going to go into more dynamic. So we're going to go down into a crawl, forward, into a plank, step into a spider plank, forward, step back, again, walk back all the way, up. Cool, this is just to get the heart pumping. Forward again.
Just the warm-up.
There you go. Always make sure that your toe is in line with your feet, and you step back. Boom, warm up. Okay, from there on, now we're going to go into the real workout. The workout is going to be in different segments. So we're going to start with a burpee, a push-up, spider plank, one-arm rowing, spider walk forward, into a squat, from a squat up, into a dumbbell curl, into a thrust, and we're going to repeat it.
Okay, did you guys hear that?
Cool, are you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Cool stuff. What you're going to do, you're going to pick up your weights.
Okay.
Right, you're going to go down. So you're going to burpee backwards. Push up, straight up into a plank, spider plank there, boom. Now one arm row, cool. Now spider walk forward, squat position, up, curl, thrust, down again, boom. Intensity depends on yourself.
Okay.
You can go faster and you can add on every time. Right, so push up. Right, plank.
Getting ahead of myself.
One arm row. Don't worry. Don't worry. Good stuff. Now spider walk. Squat position. Up. Curl. Thrust. Repeat. We do this again. How do you feel?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Plank. One arm row. Again. Spider walk. Into a squat. Up. Curl. And repeat. Like I said, the intensity depends on yourself.
Okay. Well, if you've just tuned in, Gerrie is brand new to Expresso. He just showed us a burst workout training session. Gerrie, where can people get a hold of you? Because I'm out of breath.
Yeah. People can get hold of me in the southern suburbs. My gym's name is called Gerrie Superior Fitness. It's on the corner of Imam Harun and Lansdowne and Rossmead Avenue. My website is www.gerriesuperiorfitness.co.za. My all-hours number is my cell number also, 071 488 3446. They can also get me on my Facebook page and Instagram page.
Amazing. Gerrie, thank you so much for joining us. That was definitely an explosive burst training session. I'm really impressed, and I love that you said this is something you can do no matter how much time you have. So thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Man, Zoe, I can feel my shoulders is burning looking at that workout. That was crazy. Zoe, get in here quickly, because it is time to replenish ourselves after that workout. Now, we have breakfast sorted for you on this Monday morning. We're putting a delicious twist on the traditional oats porridge this morning, all right? We're going to be making oats with coconut milk, caramelized pineapple chunks as well. Zoe?
And this is our flop-proof breakfast bowl.
Woosa, that was good.
Woosa.
That was good. What a way to start a Monday morning, some burst training, all right? Listen, oats, we all love oats. It's great, good fiber, low GI as well.
I struggle to make oats, so
we're going to show you, but it's going to be different, all right? So we got some boiling water over here, all right? Obviously, our oats, that's going to go in there. Bam, just like that. We got some desiccated toasted coconuts.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, that's going to go in there as well. Some coconut milk. Oh, sorry, no, this is the coconut milk. Bam, like that. And just
a little bit of salt.
A little bit of salt. Let me just stir this around. And now you cook it. Obviously, you can control how much water you put in, how runny you want your oats. This is really a personal preference.
Okay, how do you prefer your oats?
Hey, I like it not too runny.
Okay.
Not too runny. Here we have some caramelized pineapple, all right? We had a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of sugar. Just kind of caramelize that in a pan, nicely cut into chunks. I'm going to use some of this.
Okay.
Just pop it in there as well. Bam, just like that. Right, you can take care of that for me. I'm just going to give it a good stir. Now you just cook your oats up until it's done. It shouldn't take longer than just a good couple of minutes on a low heat as well.
Well, our keyword for you this morning is breakfast. If you'd love to have the recipe and the link sent directly to your phone, your SMS breakfast to 33728.
I forgot the most important thing. We have some BioStrath. Perfect natural supplement for the entire family, improves your mental focus, great for your overall well-being, improves your sports recovery as well. That helps with that. It's 100% natural, 100% bioavailable, and 100% vegetarian as well, in case you were wondering.
There we go.
You can just use the same spoon. Okay. So it's a great supplement, perfect for the whole family to start the day. So you can actually mix it just into your breakfast. Right, and that is pretty much it. Now we just cook it down. And then here we have our cooked oats already. I'm just pop this there.
I'll bring you the bowl.
Bring us the bowl there quickly.
There we go.
All right. Bam, just like that. And does that not smell amazing?
I see how this is flop-proof indeed.
Now you can, if you want, I didn't add it into this one, you can add some vanilla essence in there as well.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to decorate this beautifully.
Decorate that on top.
Do I just put it on like that?
That's 100%. And a drizzle of honey.
Here we go.
Just like that.
That looks good.
That should be it.
Well, there we go. Our keyword for you this morning is breakfast. If you'd love to have the recipe sent directly to your phone, it's 33728 with the keyword breakfast. Well done.
That's how you start your Monday morning.
Only BioStrath gives your body more than 60 of the essential nutrients it needs every day. BioStrath, get what you need naturally.
Well, I hope it's been a great start to your Monday morning. Clearly, Mrs. Princess, are you having a good one?
Yes.
Is it a nice Monday?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, listen, after a very short break, we'll carry on speaking about health concerns, especially those concerning teenagers and eating disorders with regards to them. So stay tuned for that. And then very inspiring stuff on this Monday morning. We speak to ability activist Kayley Mal from the Chaeli campaign about the hashtag Strokes for Spokes Swim Challenge and how that is making a difference. Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll be right back.
Every day, brave young kids around our country fight a personal battle against cancer. To show them we've got their back, Expresso asks you to join us on Thursday the 26th of April for our special telethon to help secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home, a support base where families and children get a fighting chance. All funds raised go towards a new Choc house, so join the Expresso telethon April 26th from 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is a Monday morning and we're live, large and in charge on your feel-good breakfast show. Now, a young woman living with cerebral palsy, a young refugee who fled the DRC and fell in love with open water swimming when he moved to Cape Town, and a 12-year-old boy who just recently completed a swim from Robben Island to Bantry Bay. You might ask yourself, what brings these three dynamic characters together? Well, it all comes down to the ability activism efforts of the young lady in question who's right next to me. And all three of these people, Kayley, extreme swimmer, Arafat Gatabazi, and learner Gabriel Schreiber, are joining Expresso to share more on what connects them all. And it's so good to have all three of you here. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
You guys are like my Monday motivation. I'm so glad to have you here and to be talking about what exactly it is that you're doing. Now, Kayley, you were meant to be on the show on the 9th of March on Friday, because you were doing another challenge, the hashtag Bet Kayley Can't 5-day horse riding challenge, and because of some complications you weren't able to be here. And your mom was here. But how did it actually turn out?
It went very well. I think we underestimated what riding on a horse for 5 hours a day for 5 days is. 5 hours on a horse is a very long time. I learned that on day 4 we were like, And I think through the challenge, not only myself but also the team that was surrounding me, that everybody was like, this is fine.
Absolutely.
But it was really good. I think it challenged us as individuals to achieve the challenge, but also challenged the perceptions that people have about ability and who gets to decide what we do.
Wow, that is exactly the kind of inspiration I think we all need when you've set yourself the challenge to really take it on. And Gabriel, so you saw Kayley complete this challenge, and so it inspired you to take upon your own challenge as well.
Yes, so I saw Kayley quite a long time ago doing all this amazing stuff, which inspired me to do the Robben Island swim.
Yeah. And how was that? I mean, that's not just, it's not just anybody who can decide I'm going to jump in this freezing cold water and swim to Robben Island.
Well, luckily we had quite good conditions. It's nice warm water, and it was a nice warm day as well.
Yeah.
So.
What did you learn from doing that kind of challenge and taking on the elements like that?
I learned that anyone can do anything if you put your mind to it.
Yeah. Now, Arafat, tell me about the role that you played, because I understand Gabriel turned to you for the preparation for this cold water swim.
Well, I received a message from Gabriel's mom saying, "Hey, Arafat, can you help us training Gabriel to swim?" And I was like, "How old is Gabriel?" They said, "He's 12." And I was like, and then I started thinking, what was I doing when I was 12 years old?
Yeah.
And then I took him to Clifton Fourth Beach to do our first swim. And we went in. Surprisingly, I thought he was going to be complaining a lot because of how cold the water was.
Yeah.
Instead, he was saying, this feels fine, until we came out when it was very cold.
Yeah.
And the only thing I had to do was just mentoring him and guiding him through the swimming practices we were doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he was determined to go and do the swim. We woke up very early in the mornings to swim at 6 in the tidal pool in Camps Bay to get his mind right for the swim.
Wow.
And on the day of the swim, he kept his head down and swam until the end.
That's incredible, man. I mean, this morning I was walking a couple of blocks from here to work, and it was like slightly raining and cold, so I can't even imagine what that must have been like. But Kayley, back to you. You recently returned from the Geneva Convention for Ability Activism, and you did this straight after you were discharged from hospital, which is absolutely incredible.
The show must go on.
Yeah, the show must go on. Say it again. That is so true. So how does it feel to complete your challenge and then find out that you have this kind of impact on young people like this? And I mean, there's thousands of others that watch shows like ours online. So your message is certainly getting spread across.
So I think this was also part of the whole idea of the Bet Kayley campaign, is that people needed to bet that I couldn't, and now we're moving on to Bet I Can. And I think Gabriel was the perfect start for that part of our campaign. So our whole thing is that anybody who needs to achieve anything can. You just need to put your mind to it and have the drive to do that. I think that's something that ability activism is all about. It's about having people see you and think, oh, well, that's not possible, and then actually you prove everybody wrong.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you that for myself, sitting here just speaking to you, you are all extraordinary sources of inspiration and motivation, I'm sure, to thousands and thousands of others watching right now. So thank you very much for being here. And good luck with all of the challenges that you're taking on in the future again. Oh, my word. So to keep up with Kayley Mycroft's ability activism challenges and endeavors, and of course, if you also feel inspired to embark on your very own challenge in the name of the Kayley campaign, then you can let them know all about it by contacting them on Facebook, the Kayley campaign, or you can email them at info@kayleycampaign.co.za. Take that and put it in your Twitter. Hashtag Monday Motivation that. All right, well, right now we're going to talk about some health issues right now. We're talking eating disorders that can affect anyone, regardless of their age and race. And Leanne right now is joined by Kath McGow to chat more about serious mental health problems.
Every 62 minutes, at least one person dies as a result of an eating disorder. Clinical pediatric dietitian Kath McGaw joins us today to chat about eating disorders in teenagers. Now, whether you have a difficult feeder or an adolescent struggling to meet their calorie intake, using a nutritional-based cereal like Jungle Instant Oats will go a long way to restoring nutritional balance. Kath is here to tell us more about the different eating disorders in teens and what parents can do to help. Kath, so good to have you on the show this morning. Quite an important topic we're talking about today. Do you want to just contextualize for us as a parent, what should you be looking out for when it comes to your teenagers' eating habits, and what are the different types of eating disorders that can be found?
I think one of the critical things is that it's not isolated to just the teenage years. So you'll notice even signs in that kind of tween stage, that early teens. We see in more and more children at that age, and not just girls, but also boys. People often think it's just in girls. The type, I think there's definitely a personality that lends towards eating disorders, a bit of an addictive personality, a high perfectionistic personality. And in the past, we were very quick to blame the parents or the home environment, but the research has shown over the years that it's got a lot more to do with the actual person themselves and the way they perceive the world around them and the way they try and strive for this level of perfection. And an eating disorder is really just a symptom of not being able to feel in control of the world around you in one way that you feel you can control your world. And so you'll notice that these children will kind of play around with different diets, and that's one of the keys. A lot of teens will want to go vegetarian, and that should be a trigger. Now there is a whole trend towards the green movement, and we want to sustainability and eat sustainable, but you'll often notice quite a lot of obsession around the way that they look at food, the way that they are scared to be around food, not eating with family meals, so avoiding social occasions where food is present. Those are things and signs that you will notice early on that should be a red flag.
Because my next question for you is going to be, are eating disorders learned behaviors, or is it genetic? Is it something that you see, you know, around you as you grow up and then you kind of adopt one, or is it something that you can't really control?
I think there is a genetic component towards the more addictive personality side. So in other words, people use addictions to assist themselves in areas that they find difficult to control, and eating disorder can be one of the addictions. So that might have a genetic component. If you grew up in a home where your mother had an eating disorder or your father had, then you might have picked up some of the habits around that, or you might not be exposed to normal way of eating. So I think it's multifaceted, it's quite complex. It's not just genetics, just environmental. I think it's a combination of, like I said, the own personality of the child, the environment around them, and whether they have a lean-in towards that sort of way.
But how can parents instill a good relationship with food when it comes to their children?
Yeah, and I think that's the critical question, is what can you do early on? And that starts really in your first 1,000 days, so that weaning onto solids and then introduction of new foods into the years. And I think one of the key factors is family meal times, and really food must be fun. Helping your child to understand that you eat because you're hungry and to nourish your body. You don't eat when you're sad or when you're lonely or when you feel out of control. So if you notice that your child has a propensity to want to kind of eat when they are stressed, when they come home from school, for example, it would be a good conversation to have with them, and just to say, are you really hungry, or do you think maybe you're eating because you had a rough day today? And to unpack that a little bit with them, so to really help them to listen to their bodies.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Kath. I'm sure there's many parents who've identified the symptoms that you were talking about, or certain, you know, ways that their children are reacting towards food. And I think that we've helped a lot of people this morning. Well, eating disorders do not discriminate. They are complex mental health disorders and can affect anyone, regardless of age, sex, or race. And knowing what signs to look out for and how your own behavior to food and exercise could influence your child's attitude towards food is important, and it can make a very big difference in their own life choices.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors. Well, we are taking a very quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show, so go fill up those coffee cups. When we get back, we'll take a look at our international entertainment news, and there's a dark cloud hanging over Hollywood this morning.
Absolutely, we'll fill you in just a bit, but we also look forward to a brilliant performance by the sensational Kayley Mal. She is here, she's going to blow your mind on your Monday morning, so it's going to be a feel-good one. Go take a moment in between, we'll be back just now.
welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have the Bobster in studio. He's hanging out with us, but time for us to quickly get into our international entertainment news.
Yeah, and unfortunately today, sad news all round. I'm sure you must have all heard it. This weekend, one of the most famous DJs in the world, Avicii, was found dead in the Middle Eastern country of Oman on Friday afternoon local time. Now, the details of his death and its cause still remain unclear, as his family asks everyone to please respect their privacy and their need thereof in this very difficult time. Now, he was also, of course, his real name, Tim Bergling. Avicii has had a struggle with addiction in the past years, and he has been hospitalized more than once on occasion for alcohol-related issues. However, there has been no clarity whether this had anything to do with his death. And, I mean, we know him having dropped some of the biggest EDM songs of recent times, Levels, Hey Brother, and, of course, the massive hit Wake Me Up that he collaborated on with Aloe Black. He retired from live performances in 2016, but before that, he was easily one of the highest paid DJs in the world, earning millions and millions in 2014, according to Forbes. But we do send our condolences to fans and families out there. He was 28, so quite a very young man when he passed away.
Very young age, and well, we can take comfort in the fact that his music will live on forever.
Absolutely. Wake Me Up is still one of my best songs of all time to dance to wherever I am. So certainly, and I mean, even the likes of Black Coffee and DJ Fresh over the past weekend posted pictures of themselves with him, kind of just reliving those good memories.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the sad news does continue in the world of entertainment because you remember this guy? This is Vern Troyer, best known for playing Mini-Me in the Austin Powers comedies. He passed away on Saturday. According to a statement from his family, he was on some form of life support since being taken to the hospital earlier on in the month after cops got a report that he was under the influence and was also suicidal and treated for possible alcohol poisoning. Now, Troyer was born with a genetic disorder known as achondroplasia, yes, dwarfism. And of course, we know that he's kind of gotten fame over the years where he played in various movies, but I think he's most well known for the role that he played as Mini-Me in 1999 in the Austin Powers movies. So very sad news, I think, all around the entertainment world, and we once again, to Vern's family as well and to the fans out there, sending our heartfelt condolences and prayers.
That's right. Well, you know what? This past weekend, it was the Joburg leg of Presenter Search on 3 auditions. And can you guys believe it? More than 3,000 people showed up. And wow, I have to say, Johannesburg was next level. And to each and everyone that auditioned in Joburg and all of the other cities, well done for taking that leap of faith. And we're keeping our fingers crossed that you get that call back. And who knows? We cannot wait to see who's going to be the new face to join the teams on Expresso, Afternoon Express, as well as Top Billing. And the Presenter Search on 3, it will hit your screens as of Thursday at 7:30 p.m. starting on the 10th of May, and that's all only on SABC3.
Oh man, very exciting indeed. So make sure that you stay tuned to SABC3. Joburg edition wrapped up this weekend. I was there. It was incredible. So well done to all Joburg guys coming through. It felt like I saw the entire Josie, man. Thousands of people came through and we saw some phenomenal talent. Well done to each and every one of you. Right now though, something quite exciting actually. Hyundai was recently, or has recently awarded 4 lucky winners a trip to Seoul in South Korea in the Hyundai City to Seoul competition. Now, not only do these winners get to take a +1 along, but are being treated to an experience they will never forget. Now, Oscar Makola, the marketing director of Hyundai Automotive South Africa, is here to tell us more about this exciting campaign and also what the winners can expect. Thank you, Oscar, for joining us, man. Welcome. Happy Monday.
Hi, Ewan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. This is very exciting, man. Seoul, South Korea, brilliant city, advanced city as well. We just saw Kat, he was there recently as well, posting those pictures, making us all very, very jealous.
Absolutely.
First and foremost, though, Oscar, how was the winners decided and why Seoul specifically as a destination?
So we ran a special activation for our Tucson model, and all people had to do was go to one of our outlets, test drive a Tucson, be amazed by it, as it is so amazing.
I can see you clearly amazed by it.
And then we simply drew winners randomly from the people that had entered into the competition, and the lucky ones won.
This is a great way to enter a competition. You get to experience the car, have fun with it, and then randomly be entered into a competition. I love it.
It is indeed. And Seoul was chosen because it is the home of Hyundai. So everything excellent about Hyundai is best experienced in Seoul, as well as it is a mega city. It is home to 10 million people.
That's
beautiful, inspirational, full of culture, and all good things that come with a big city.
And like you look at those visuals, it's absolutely beautiful. I've been there once before and I was blown away by the city. It's brilliant. Now, the competition is called Your City, Your Soul. Now, you mentioned the Hyundai Tucson. Why has this competition directly been linked with the Tucson specifically?
Sure, because our Hyundai Tucson brand is embraces the city. We are building the brand along the sides of, well, people normally just live in the city but just never experience it.
Yeah.
They try to go to other cities to experience something where there usually is something pretty exciting around their own corner. So this is the kind of spirit we're trying to embrace with the Tucson, and so far so good.
And what a brilliant car as well. We were speaking about it a little bit earlier on the growth of the Tucson in the automotive market as well has been phenomenal over the past couple of years.
It seems that South African consumers have accepted it really well, yeah.
Absolutely, it's such a versatile car as well. But we need to talk about the winners and what they can expect going into Seoul, South Korea, taking a look at what the city has to offer. What can they experience?
Okay, the winners can expect to be treated like gods. They can expect to go for some really fine dining, amazing cultural sites, amazing temples, food and clothing markets in Seoul, as well as see the amazing, just brutal, robust financial and business system that is in Seoul.
That's it.
Of course, to top it would be to go to the incredible Hyundai Motor Studios that are super modern, super amazing, and they're the ultimate showcase and flagship of how excellent Hyundai is.
Absolutely. What is your favorite part of the city? I mean, if you had to pick one thing and what some of the winners should look out for, what would you say?
Might sound trite, but actually there's a corner of the city called Gangnam. Which is where,
wait a minute, hang on.
Which is where the song comes from. Actually, that's a really beautiful part of the city. It's a great shopping spot. It's got the most beautiful buildings, amazing eateries. It's just, Seoul is just, it's an assault on the senses. It's so inspirational.
Like an assault on the senses, eh? And they always say travel enriches your soul. And who knows, you might run into Psy. Who knows, man? Oscar, thank you very much for coming through, man. We can't wait to see how this competition kind of unfolds. But it really does seem like a life-changing experience for sure. Now, we caught up with the lucky winners at the launch event in Johannesburg, and this is what they had to say about their upcoming adventure to Seoul.
By test driving the new Hyundai Tucson at their nearest dealership, 4 lucky winners won themselves a trip to Seoul, South Korea, the home of Hyundai in the Hyundai City to Seoul competition. We caught up with the winners at the launch event to find out how they were feeling about the upcoming trip to Seoul.
My reaction when I first found out, I was really surprised, very excited and very happy.
I was driving home from work on William Nicol and I really had to brake and I was screaming. My reaction was hectic. I was screaming and screaming. Katlego was saying to me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I stopped at the robots and I just had to like breathe and I just kept on screaming. So it was really, really hectic for me to hear that.
The new Tucson is amazing as well. I do drive a Tucson, right? So I went in for the new N series as well to have a look at it. It's something else, it's different. It's value for money.
I've been to a few cities in the East before, very different from here, but it was a while ago. I'm really excited to go again.
I've read a lot about Seoul. It's a very exciting city to go to. So it's supposed to be the Vegas of the Far East. So I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to going to the Hyundai factory.
Not only did these winners win a trip to Seoul, but each winner also gets to invite a +1 on this once-in-a-lifetime experience.
When we heard that we were shortlisted for the winnings, we were actually in hospital giving birth. So it was amazing.
There's a couple of Michelin star restaurants that I'm keen to go on, which is going to be super rad. And to be honest, they say we're going to be getting a day off to ourselves. I'm keen just to go like mission, explore, find the city, find out the smells, and just cruise around. Yeah, have the day off and see what we can do.
I always bring back a charm for my charm bracelet, always. So every city we do.
Being the first time, looking forward to shopping, lots of tourist attractions, and basically just enjoying quality time and being with all of the people that have won as well, and enjoying our time away.
Now that all the winners have gotten to know each other a bit better, all that's left is for them to enjoy their adventure together. Don't forget to stay tuned to Expresso as we bring you their journey through Seoul.
Well, an exciting time certainly awaited those winners, but we are very excited to have Kayley here in our studio, and she'll be dropping one of her other hot hits after the break. Stay tuned for that.
Can't wait for that performance. And then we're asking the very tough question, have you fallen out of love, or how do you know that you've fallen out of love? Dr. Eve is with us in studio. We'll be tackling that topic. Of course, we'd also love to hear from you. Those lines will be open 021 430 9881, but we'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Oh, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And that tune means one thing for us is to celebrate everyone's birthdays, of course, who is celebrating their birthday today. So we're going to take a moment to welcome today, the 23rd of April, and wish you and celebs who are celebrating their birthday.
A happy birthday, indeed. Firstly, yes, professional wrestler and actor John Cena celebrates his birthday today. Now, the actor started his career as a wrestler for Ultimate Pro Wrestling in 1999. He has established himself as one of the best pro wrestlers and formidable comedic actors as well in films like Trainwreck, Daddy's Home 2, and now the recent film Blockers, which released in cinemas this past weekend. John Cena, man.
Well
Brilliant.
done to him, and happy birthday. And also celebrating her birthday today is Gigi Hadid. Now, she started her modeling career at the age of 2 for Baby Guess, and in 2015 she made her first appearance in Victoria's Secret's fashion show. Now, she's also appeared in numerous of, a number of popular music videos, including ex-boyfriend Zayn Malik's debut single Pillow Talk. Now, since the couple announced their split last month, there have been some rumors they might be getting back together just because they've been spending a lot of time together, so we'll have to wait and see if that happens.
Yeah, wait and see, wait and see. Well, if it's your birthday out there as well, happy birthday for you on your Monday morning. But that is our bite size of birthdays this morning. Please remember, you can share your birthday with us or wish your loved ones a happy birthday as well by tweeting us at Expresso Show.
Indeed, happy birthday to you. If it is your special day, and perhaps we might just dedicate this next performance to you from Kayley, a song called With You It's Different.
you, see you on the side. I tried denying it, but it didn't make any difference. 'Cause with you it's different. 'Cause with you it's different. 'Cause with you it's different. With you it's different. Ooh, ooh, now you got another girl. Say you love her, say she loves you, but I know you don't talk. And when I'm with you, that's all we do. Baby, aren't you bored? Guess I'm just jealous of you too. And even though we're done, I still want you. 'Cause I look at you with no regrets. Boy, we tried friends with benefits, but it was always more than that. It was never just a DM chat. I said I'm calling you up right now, 'cause I need you in my life right now. Baby, stop what you're doing right now, 'cause you need me in your life right now. 'Cause with you it's different. 'Cause with you it's different. Yeah, with you it's different. With you it's different, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. I said I'm calling you up right now, 'cause I need you in my life right now. Baby, stop what you're doing right now, 'cause you need me in your life right now. 'Cause with you it's different. 'Cause with you it's different. With you it's different. With you it's different. 'Cause you know that with me it's different. And I need you in my life right now.
Kayley Mal on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Beautiful tunes to start off a Monday morning. Thank you very, very much. So, the fact that you've written over 100 songs before dropping your single, your debut single. Tell me about the inspiration for all of this music. 100 songs is a lot.
It is a lot. So I write from my own personal experience, and that all that emotion comes from, you know, boys and everything I go through on a day-to-day basis. Started writing when I was about 11. So, you know, lots of songs too, lots of inspiration over the years.
Do you remember what the first song was you wrote?
I do remember. It wasn't the greatest. Really evolved since then. But yeah, I definitely do remember that song.
And now with your first single being out, what's the plan and the goal for the rest of the year and for your future in music?
So I would love to start an album. I'd love to do some collaborations with other South African artists, people like Shakana and Jimmy Nevis and Craig Lucas. Love them. They inspire me so much. So I'd love to do some collabs on that and work on an album and just get myself out there, perform more. Yeah.
And what about performances coming up? Where can people catch you and follow you online to see where it is that you will be performing?
People can follow me on Instagram at Kayley Mal, and I will update all on there. I'm also performing at the East London Jazz Festival in September.
Excellent.
So that'll be my next big performance. But hopefully from now on, you know, things will just happen. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's been great having you on our show.
Thanks so much.
And also remember, you can catch Kayley just after 9 o'clock live on our Facebook page for her last performance of Grapevine, right?
Yes.
That's the one that she'll be singing for us. Fantastic. Looking forward to that. And in the meantime, let us know what you thought about that performance on our social media platforms.
Thank you, Kat. Let's quickly take a last look at your news headlines on your Monday morning. Starting off with your national news, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan has expressed confidence that the country will begin to see proper investigations and prosecutions into allegations of corruption and state-owned enterprises. He was being interviewed by the SABC in Washington, where he has been engaging the leadership of the World Bank on global best practices in the monitoring and management of state-owned entities. Gordhan says radical surgery is needed to ensure that Eskom's 13.5 billion rand municipal debt is overhauled. Then the rate of poaching rhinos in the Kruger Park has declined by 20%, but there's been a rise in the numbers of elephants being targeted. The chief ranger in the Kruger National Park, Ken Maggs, says 504 rhinos and 67 elephants were killed by poachers in the park in 2017. An anti-poaching or anti-rhino poaching pledge has been signed by SANParks, the South African Police Service, the South African National Defence Force, Nehawu and Hospersa as an initiative to actively fight the wildlife crime. Then moving to your international news, a suicide bomb attack at a voter registration center in the Afghan capital of Kabul has killed at least 57 people. The dead include 21 women and 5 children killed when the blast hit the queue outside. A further 119 people were injured. The Islamic State group said it had carried out the attack. IS's mouthpiece says a suicide bomber wearing an explosive belt had targeted the center, which is in the Dashte Barchi area of western Kabul. And lastly, Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has been listed among the world's top 100 most influential people by Time magazine, and the government says his inclusion should be celebrated. Mnangagwa was listed together with, amongst others, South African comedian Trevor Noah, US President Donald Trump, Britain's Prince Harry, television host and owner Oprah Winfrey, and pop singer Rihanna. Time selects this list of the most influential people every year in various fields, which include politics, entertainment, and sport. That's where we leave your news headlines on your Monday morning for your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Well, it was a round of giant killing in the Nedbank Cup this weekend as both Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns were both knocked out in the semi-finals. On Saturday, Chiefs fell to a 2-0 loss against Free State Stars in Durban. The shock result proved to be coach Steve Kompella's final game in charge as he resigned soon after the match. While over in Pietermaritzburg yesterday, Mamelodi Sundowns went down to Maritzburg United by 3-1. Over in England, Chelsea and Manchester United will battle it out in the final of the FA Cup this season as both teams claimed semi-final victories this weekend. Up first, Manchester United fought back from a goal down to see a 2-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur on Saturday, with Alexis Sanchez and Ander Herrera on target for United. In the second semi-final, Chelsea had no problem getting past Southampton with a 2-0 win. In rugby news, it was all smiles for the Sharks in Super Rugby this weekend as they walked away with a win in the local derby against the Stormers. Bouncing back from their crushing defeat to the Bulls last week, the Sharks outscored the Cape Side by 3-2 on their way to a 24-17 win. In other results, the Blues pulled off a 28-10 win over the Rebels, while the Lions enjoyed a 29-0 victory over the Waratahs. And finally, Rafael Nadal took his tally at the Monte Carlo Masters to a record-setting 11 titles yesterday as he beat Kei Nishikori in straight sets. Having not dropped a single set throughout the tournament, Nadal once again put a masterclass performance on the day as he secured the title with a 6-3, 6-2 win. The victory also saw Nadal claim his 31st Masters title overall, which moved him one ahead of Novak Djokovic. And that's a roundup of the sporting results from the weekend.
Well, let's take one final look at your roads, starting off in Gauteng and Germiston. There's been an accident at the Geldenhuys interchange and it's causing heavy delays on the N12 northbound from Voortrekker Road in South Crest and in the Western Cape in Wynberg. Traffic is slow moving on the M3 northbound, and that's from Kendall Road in Meadow Ridge and Rhodes Avenue exit. And that's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Cirrus Water, the future of sustainable water.
Thank you, Zoe. Let's quickly take a last look at your weather and your temperatures. It's a fresh Monday morning, and it looks like most parts of the country can expect partly cloudy conditions and rather warm temperatures. However, for Cape Town, as you can see, mostly cloudy with some light drizzle expected throughout the course of your Monday, with heavier rains expected by late afternoon. And if you are affected by the bus strike currently, just please bear in mind that this might affect your travel times. Let's quickly get into your temperatures for a last time. It is a Monday morning. Polokwane 12 minimum with a maximum 27. Mbombela 14, 29. Pretoria Pretoria 12:27. Johannesburg 9 minimum with a maximum 25 degrees. Mahikeng 11:29. Klerksdorp 9 minimum with a maximum 28 degrees. Kimberley 11:28. Bloemfontein 7:25. Richards Bay 19:31. Pietermaritzburg 13 with a high of 28 degrees. Durban 19:27. Tata 13:29. East London starting off on 18, reaching a high of 27 degrees. Cradock 10 minimum with a maximum 31 degrees, nice and hot today. Port Elizabeth 15:26. George 14:28. Sutherland starting off on 8 minimum, reaching a high of 23. Cape Town 14:20. Worcester 11:26. Springbok 10 minimum with a maximum 25, and Uppington starting off on 11, reaching a hot maximum of 34 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and your temperatures for your Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
And if you've just tuned in, we played a game of Guess Who where we showed you this blurred picture and a few more and gave you a couple of clues and asked you to guess the name of this American rapper and songwriter that started making mixtapes as a teenager who calls himself K. Well, a lot of you got it right. Mary saying Eminem, no, that's all right. Deboho saying Morning Expresso team Kendrick Lamar, the one and only, and that's very true. That's who we're talking about. Kyle Samuels also got it right. Zama Swazi also got it right, saying Kendrick Lamar. Edmund got it right. Nadia Khan, also Shanice Nashia Kok got it right. Zintlentuli got it right. Junior Mape, I'm just going to say everyone who got it right. Buikuto, Dawson Nika, Jenna Lauren, Ryan got it right. Onge Wakaba saying it's DJ Tira. Not quite. Anushka Prince got it right. Kasima also got it right. Sipesihle and Mavungu, Sipamandla, Maesi got it right. Tremaine, man, you guys all got it right. Clearly you guys know your rap music. Kendrick Lamar is the person we were talking about today.
Well, we are taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Relationship Mondays. Dr. Eve is with us in studio and we're talking about have you fallen out of love, or how do you know you've fallen out of love? Our lines will be open. It's 021-430-9881, and then we'll be bringing you some soy goodness as we whip up a double thick shake in the kitchen. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Monday morning edition of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, when we fall in love with someone, we generally want those feelings of butterflies and warmth and security and excitement to stay with us forever. Although often we hear of long-term couples speaking of how they are more like best friends than romantic partners, we do tend to brush these sentiments off with a thought or perhaps even a hope that this will never happen or be the case in our own relationships. But life doesn't always go as planned. So we want to ask you this. How do you know when you have fallen out of love in your relationship? How do you know whether to stay or to fight for your love and let things become platonic, or rather call it quits? Our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, of course, is in the hot seat this morning to answer all of your burning questions. So please do give us a call on 021-430-9881 with your questions, your comments, and just engage with us. Good to have you with us, as always, Dr. Eve. How are you this morning?
The seat is hot.
It is.
The topic is hot.
It is, and a very real one for a lot of people out there. So let's quickly start off by, unwrapping the truth. How realistic is it to remain infatuated, in love, enamored with your partner, forever, if you will, from the time you started dating, and you expect that to just carry on forever?
Yeah, so I think that people should be in love or love their partners forever. And what we're going to talk about today is really the signs of when you have fallen out of love. Because in the beginning, when you fall in love, you become very selfless, very giving, you want to please your partner, you're very attentive to the partner. And then there are the slow degrading of those feelings happen, and we'll look at, why does that happen? Into a place where couples fall into the worst place, Kat, that they can go, which is called indifference. It's called romantic disentanglement, romantic loss, and so marital disaffection, it's called, begins to happen between two couples. And the question that I really want for our viewers to ask themselves, if you're in a relationship where you're feeling you may be out of love right now, ask yourself, is there still a foundation of love and care and attentiveness? Is there still a nurturing environment in which you're raising your children? Do you still have hope that you can regain some of that happiness that you used to have in your relationship? Or do you feel you really have lost all of that and have moved into indifference? And we'll look at the different stages of falling into indifference as well.
So before we get to that, let's talk about the other side of the spectrum, where couples do say that with time they've fallen more and more in love with their partners. Is this true? Does it happen?
Absolutely. So as people begin to do more intimacy, and by intimacy I don't just mean sexual intimacy, because sex can be really lacking in intimacy. It's more around self-disclosure and a feeling of being so vulnerable with somebody that I can really talk about how I'm feeling, and I can be seen and felt by this person. And we know that that is what leads to a depth of feeling of being in love with somebody. But you have to be able to feel that this person can hold that and can have understanding and communicate well enough with you to be able for you to become that vulnerable in an intimate way with somebody. And if you do have that level of communication and mostly investment of time and energy into your relationship, you will find that the love deepens into a very different kind of love from the early infatuation.
All right, well, we'll delve more into this topic a little bit later on. But do give us a call on 021-430-9881 for the talk with our relationship expert on what happens when you fall out of love in your relationship.
Clover Good Hope Soy Milk. Soy goodness naturally. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
Sure, nice topic to talk about this morning. Remember, if you have any questions, that number to dial is 021-430-9881. Right now, though, jumping into the kitchen. Zoe's got a big smile on her face. Why? Because we're talking about healthy dessert. I know it really does sound too good to be true, but a healthy dessert is definitely possible with a Clover Good Hope chocolate soy triple thick shake. Of course, soy milk is very, very popular amongst people who follow a vegan diet or who are lactose intolerant, because it is lactose-free and contains no animal products.
Now, you can also find the soy milk in several different flavors, including chocolate or strawberry, and allowing you to really give yourself a healthy dessert, a tasty dairy alternative that celebrates the goodness of soy. So you're going to be whipping up a chocolate triple shake.
Chocolate Good Hope soy. So we're using the Good Hope soy here, made from the highest quality non-GMO and naturally grown whole soybeans as well. Naturally lactose, cholesterol free, as we said as well, and preservative free, which a lot of people are going for as well, and also low in sodium, and also, like we mentioned, it is vegan friendly.
Okay.
Right. So let's start. Some frozen bananas. All right. Sorry, my hands are clean. I'm just going to get that in there.
Banana and chocolate, always a great combo.
You know.
There we go.
There we go. And you don't want to be shy with your frozen banana.
Okay.
All right. Here we have some cocoa nibs. We love cocoa nibs. And I'm going to just keep a little bit.
For afterwards?
That's it.
Okay.
And now for our soy. That's it.
And we're using the chocolate flavor.
Oh, and look at that delicious chocolatey goodness going in there.
There we go.
Yeah. So when I get it to our line.
There we go.
Bam. And then we have some raw cocoa powder.
Can I add that?
As well. You can add that. Go for it.
There we go.
Yes. Now let's see how this comes together. Ooh, that smells very chocolatey, eh?
That's right. Well, our keyword for you this morning is clover. If you'd love to have this recipe sent to your phone, just SMS the keyword clover to 33728.
Are you ready, Zoe?
Yes, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Let's go.
For it.
Bam. All right, let's give it a go.
There we go.
All right.
Well, while we wait for this to mix, we have a quick recap in case you missed any of the steps.
Indulge in a thick and creamy triple chocolate shake without any of the guilt. For 2 people, you will need 1.5 cups Clover Good Hope chocolate soy, 3 bananas, 1 tablespoon cocoa powder, and 1 tablespoon cocoa nibs. Peel and slice the bananas, then add to a blender. Next, add the cocoa powder and nibs. Pour in 1.5 cups of Clover Good Hope chocolate soy. Blast for about a minute until smooth and silky. Pour the soy shake into 2 glasses and serve. Enjoy the goodness of soy with this tasty dairy alternative Clover Good Hope chocolate soy triple thick shake.
Made with love by Clover.
And there we go. Look at that. Nice and thick.
Triple
Brilliant.
thick.
Triple thick chocolate Good Hope soy shake.
There we go. I'm
Just
gonna
like
add
that.
some sprinkles.
A little bit of
and
cocoa nibs on top.
a straw.
And there you have it. A healthy dessert, just like that. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Check it out on our website as well. That's expressoshow.com. Does that not look delicious? The way you start your Monday morning.
Clover Good Hope Soy Milk. Soy goodness naturally. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
All right, we're back again with Dr. Eve in the hot seat, and we're talking about falling out of love with your partner or in your relationship, and we ask you to give us a call on 021-430-9881. Now, Dr. Eve,
Yes.
let's talk about the why. Why it happens that sense of indifference might develop in your relationship, and what are some of the telltale signs that could perhaps warn you early enough to know that something is not going right and I need to fix it?
I think we have to understand, Kat, that falling in love can't be based just on romance. And this is research which is showing that people who get married under the belief system that romance and love is going to be the only thing that's necessary, they become disenchanted and disheartened much quicker because they're not willing to do the work that is necessary and face the challenges that are necessary for a marriage to survive. So that's point one, that you have to be prepared to take on challenges, because you're going to keep falling in and out of love with a partner. When it comes to a place of indifference, that means that you are really struggling to find that upward curve of falling back in love with your partner after you've had too many out-of-love experiences with your partner. And some of the signs, and again, I want our viewers to call us and to talk if you're in that place of beginning to feel I may be indifferent. So these are the signs for you to look for.
Or maybe you've been there and you've come out of it successfully. Tell us how you did that.
Yeah, that's a great thing as well. We'd love to learn. So the first sign is that you're going to feel that all the positive qualities about your partner are no longer positive, and you now begin to view him or her as negative. All those qualities that you admired, you no longer admire, and you begin to feel that they're negative. But you still want to be in that marriage, you still want to be in that relationship, so you're still fighting. And what you do is that you kind of ramp up your desire to please, your selflessness, and your attentiveness to that relationship. You really ramp it up because you really want to fight for that relationship. And then, over time, when that doesn't improve matters, or you don't get your partner's attention, or there isn't reciprocity or response from your partner, you then go into the second stage where you begin to feel your anger around this person. And any positive qualities of life disappeared, and you're negative, and you begin to voice your negativity. You begin to voice your opinion to say, I'm really not happy about this, and things need to change. And more you begin to accommodate your partner less be present less with this person, interact less with this person, until you eventually end up in a place of indifference, where you're just kind of flatlining in that relationship. Then you have to decide, what am I going to do here? And most people kind of have a few options that they turn to. So one of them is like, take flight, divorce. Let me get out of this, let's just get divorced. And in fact, what's cited as the #1 reason for people in America to get divorced is because I've fallen out of love with my partner. The second one is infidelity. So it's, I'm going to get divorced, or else people go into kind of a resigned acceptance. This is just what my marriage is. It's never going to be really self-actualizing or self-fulfilling for me. I just accepted that this is as good as it's going to get. Or else people cheat as a way of managing their relationship or getting out of their relationship. Or else they work really hard to try and escape the agony of being in a relationship that's just not fulfilling for them.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep our lines open. When we come back, I want us to talk about the ways in which you can make it work.
Okay.
You know, other than what the former two that you've suggested. Let's talk about the ways in which you can make it work. So give us a call on 021-430-9881 as we continue our chat with Dr. Eve in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Kat. Yes, we're going to be taking a quick moment in between. When we come back, we continue with that topic, how to fall back in love. Like Kat mentioned, that number is 021-430-9881 if you have any comments or queries. And then it's all about second chances in life, women empowerment. We take a look at the Beyond Bars Academia. We'll bring you the full story coming up after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We're live, large and in charge. Happy Monday to you, and hopefully it's proving to be the same in love and in your relationship. Well, our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is here on the hot seat talking about falling out of love with your partner. It's such a hectic topic that even getting the words out sometimes proves challenging. We've asked for your advice and your questions and comments. We've got Roger, who's given us a call. Roger, good morning, all the way from Randburg.
Morning, yeah. I'm just saying, you know, one can reboot one's relationship with their partner through foot massages, you know. Usually, you know, if you're watching TV, your partner puts their feet on your knee, and then you actually use the squeeze-release, alternative squeeze-release foot massaging. That will actually, it actually strengthens the relationship. You'll be amazed.
Wow. Roger, tell me about this technique, this squeeze-release technique. How does it work?
Well, you just go up and down on the feet. You slowly squeeze with the one hand. At the same time, you release the foot with the other hand. And then you go up and down. And
like this?
You can do that with the feet. You can do that with the legs. You'll be amazed. That's just it. That's exactly.
Roger,
that's exactly what you're doing.
That's incredible. Thank you so much. Dr. Eve.
Change the face of relationships. I don't need to work. I can just get a reflexologist in, right? And then everyone will be in love. I love it.
Could
Thanks,
something
Roger.
as simple as that
Yeah, and I tell you what
to,
the magic is
yeah.
over here. Is the touching, is the intimacy of the touching. The only thing you need to change, though, Roger, is the watching of the television. Because, yeah, because the research is showing how, you know, really desperate couples are in terms of finding time together. And they're spending most of their, if you say to a couple, what do you do together? They say Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
They're spending time watching television, when in fact, you should be having experiences together. You should be doing things together. Leave the kids out and go and go and have your moment.
Squeeze and release.
Often. Squeeze and release, yes, in many different ways.
Massage.
Well, Dr. Eve, I'm joining this conversation, and you know what? It's a topic that I think I'm quite scared of, because what do you do if you realize your partner is, you know, not falling in love with you anymore, or he's not in love with you anymore? How do you react? How do you deal with that?
Yeah. There's a wonderful term called love hacking.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do about love hacking? There are certain things, small little things that you can do to try and feel in love and to get this love back because of the distance that may have happened between you and a partner. So one of the things is not to focus so much on the negativity, but to remind yourself all the time of the positive qualities of this person. So, for example, by not saying, this person, he's always late to fetch me, but rather to have a sense of positivity and say, he forgot his keys, or he was held up at a meeting. If one can begin to just change one's language around how you relate to your partner, instead of saying, she's so lazy, she never wants to cook for us, it might be, well, you know, she's so busy, and I wonder what I can do to help her. The other nice love hack is to do something like, to yourself, expressing gratitude. These are the nice things that I feel that my partner has done for me during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And also, one of the suggestions is to be able to write down every single day the intimacies that you've heard from your partner. Because people who are lacking in self-esteem find it very difficult to believe compliments or intimacies from a partner.
Okay.
So you want to build up your self-esteem, which is going to help you to be more secure in a relationship. And so you will feel that when this partner is genuinely in love with you, you can reciprocate that instead of having to be possessive or nagging or insecure, which kind of puts you into a place of, I guess, vulnerability of having that relationship go into indifference.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll continue our chat with Dr. Eve shortly after a break. 0214309881. And when we come back, we want to summarize what you should do and what you shouldn't do when you realize that you are falling out of love with your partner. So stick around for that.
Thank you so much, guys. Right now, let's get some more inspiration on your Monday morning. Now, next on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we meet two women who believe in second chances and practice what they preach. Stephanie Simbo and Maureen Durant are the founders of the Beyond Bars Academia Institute, which trains formerly incarcerated women for a new life and a career in the hospitality industry.
The motivation to start Beyond Bars can be divided into two categories, one personal and one more professional. So the first personal is that my brother went to jail when I was 10, and I kind of see firsthand what was it for people that doesn't have opportunities as soon as they get out. That the fact that you've been a prisoner, you always have to pay for your sentence, although you're out of prison. And I came to my brother and I kind of made a pinky promise with him that we will help people like him in the future. And then it turned out that we believed education was the best, so open a school for formerly incarcerated people.
Adolphine Chilwane is a successful graduate of the 6-month training program built on 4 pillars. The theory and practice of the hospitality industry, all its disciplines, life skills, and a strong focus on giving back to the community.
The second reason, more professional, is South Africa, especially Cape Town, is at the intersection of two things. You are one of the biggest destinations in terms of tourism, but also at the same time has also a high rate of reoffending. Almost 9% out of 10 go back to prison because of the lack of opportunities. So this is where an answer to those two needs at the same time. The decision that we wanted only to focus on women came to the fact that we are women ourselves. It's easy to relate to them. We kind of understand better who they are and what they want to achieve. So that was the first part, and also, to be fully honest, we have the school lost in the middle of the nature in Ado. It's beautiful, but it's also really secluded. And only be with male, formerly incarcerated person, that wasn't something that we were really comfortable with.
We are really, really lucky to have to do a partnership with a lodge. So they're going to learn kind of everything, like from bartender, sommelier to housekeeping as well. We're going to do bookkeepings as well. They're going to do check-in, check-out, everything that is related to the industry. So they're going to have class in the morning and they're going to practice in the afternoon. We do anger management as well. I think it's really...
Yes, I think it's really important for some of those women, you know, you are someone when you're outside of prison, but when you get in, prison transforms you. And anger management classes are still important because some of them have that anger that they haven't been able to talk to someone about. And we also have art classes because sometimes you talk to someone, but art can reach some layers that a conversation cannot. So that was really important for us to teach those extra soft skills, adding to all the technical ones, because at the end of the day, we are about rehabilitation and not just teaching someone to be a waitress.
Beyond Bars institution helped me in so many different ways. Most people like us, when we come up from prison, people, they don't get to trust us, like they don't give us second chances. Still, but I was keep on praying, telling myself, oh Lord, they can talk whatever they want to say or do to me, but I'm not going back there. And now they just come to me, how was your life? How did you do it? How did you make it? I will say, just sit back and ask who you want to be. Who are you in life? And telling yourself that now I'm not going there, now I'm doing this. So it's all about having faith, getting the people that you love to trust you back, and try to make better in your life and try to get a job.
The thing with Adolphine is that when we went to Portsmouth prison, even the warden were surprised because no one would have bet a dime on Adolphine. Like everyone was like, she's gonna come back, that's not gonna happen. And when they saw her all dressed up, like making a living for herself and come back to the prison to speak to the others, everyone was amazed. She realized that she made something out of herself and that she wasn't one of those statistics that would go back. And now she's working in one of those fancy bars on like Park Road called Cause and Effect. She's like rocking it, and that's brilliant.
Stephanie and Noreen are helping to put these women on a secure path to their future while fighting high youth unemployment. They aim to reduce the reoffending rate among these women to just 10% in the next 3 years, and bravo to them.
All right, back again with Dr. Eve, and we're talking about what happens when you fall out of love with your partner in the relationship. Give us a call on 021-430-9881. So, Dr. Eve, if we were to summarize a short list of things that you should not do, we'll talk about what you should do now, but what you shouldn't do when you realize that either you are falling out of love with your partner or your partner is falling out of love with you. What should you not do?
First thing is, do not be silent. Communicate with your partner.
Don't
be silent, communicate. And then I'm going to move into what you should do. With communication, Kat, you want to start soon. The moment that you begin to feel this discomforting feeling remains and remains, you want to communicate as soon as possible and not leave it for a long time to build up.
Well, Dr. Eve, we have a caller on the line. We have Corel from Cape Town. What's your comment or question for Dr. Eve?
Good day, Dr. Eve. You're speaking to Corel. I just wanted to find out. I think my husband has fallen currently out of love with me. We've been married for the past 6 years. Hello?
Yes, we hear Corel. Carry on.
Okay. Yes, we've been married for 6 years, and I think he has fallen out of love with me. I've been married before. My first husband passed away, and now I'm currently in a new relationship with a man who has 3 kids from 3 different women. And I think that he has fallen out of love with me now because we haven't been in contact with each other physically or emotionally, even conversation-wise. So I think he's fallen out of love with me, or is it something that I'm doing wrong? Or I don't know.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah,
Dr.
that's
Eve.
such a difficult situation where you hear straight away there's something that I'm doing wrong. You don't want to, you're asking what you should or you shouldn't be doing. You don't want to be looking at blame or shame. One wants to take personal responsibility and obviously self-reflect what's going on. But if you have a sense that there's a disconnect is there, talk to it, Coral, or everybody else who's listening, talk to it. Don't just sit there and feel there's something wrong with me because it's going to eat away and make you, really unhappy. Talk to it. Take the courage rather to talk and say, I feel like you've fallen out of love with me. I feel like there's a disconnect. I feel you've fallen into indifference. Yes.
Perhaps maybe just some advice on the initial conversation and the words that could be used. Because sometimes going to somebody and saying, I feel you're out of love with me, or whatever the turn of phrase might be, could be one that kind of gets a person to be on the defensive. So how do you what are the words to say to have somebody open up and say, cool, we're going to have this conversation without there being any confrontation? What's the right way of doing
So
that?
you're never going to say, you are being nasty to me, or you're ignoring me, or you're neglecting me. You always want to use the I language. You want to be saying, I'm feeling insecure, or I'm feeling unhappy, or I'm feeling distressed, or I feel neglected, or I miss you. I feel like I'm not having the connection with you or the love that we used to have. I miss the intimacy that we used to have with each other. I can see that there's something perturbing you, and talk to me about this. And he may or she may say, no, everything's fine. You don't let it go. You just really want to be present with it. And don't just go into the whole thing of, you're cheating. They may be cheating, but the reason they're cheating may be very much tied in with what's going on in that relationship. So you do want to call them to it all the time. I can't emphasize enough, communicate as soon as possible. Don't let it linger. Don't cheat as a way of falling back in love with somebody or trying to leave a relationship because you don't have the courage to actually leave a relationship that doesn't feel as if it's sustaining you enough.
All right, Dr. Eve, thank you so much. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have, but you can engage with Dr. Eve on social media at dr_Eve and continue the conversation. I know earlier on you said that there's a blog that you wrote about it as well.
On my website and on Instagram and on Facebook as well. You can go and continue the conversation.
Yeah, awesome. Of course, it's not a situation that we expect or hope to find ourselves in, but it's good to know the signs of falling out of love and how to equip yourselves with the necessary skills and what you should do if ever you should find yourself in that situation. Thank you, Dr. Eve. Thanks, babe.
Oh.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Well, a very serious topic indeed, so I do hope that you found some advice from our relationship expert this morning. Stay right where you are. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we talk to South African theatre legend Sandra Prinsloo. Yes, we'll be hanging out with her, talking about her latest production called Road to Mecca. We'll find out what that is all about. And we're also sorting out for some dinner. It's Moroccan couscous. It sounds amazing. That and a whole lot more after the break.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Now, when it comes to South African theatre, our production's among the best in the world, from the quality of the production, the scripts we write, and most importantly, the cast. And today, on the couch, Zoe has the opportunity to chat to South African theatre royalty about her latest production.
The Fugard Theatre's star-studded production of Athol Fugard's The Road to Mecca has been extended due to an overwhelming response inspired by Helen Martins, who lived in New Bethesda and created the now famous Owl House, which is a designated provincial heritage site. The Road to Mecca is the story of a woman's desire for a personal and artistic freedom within the narrow confines of a conservative and highly religious community in the Karoo in the early 70s apartheid South Africa. Now, on the couch, we have one of South Africa's theatre icons, Sandra Prinsloo, who portrays the character of Miss Helen. Good morning, Sandra.
Hello, Zoe.
Congratulations. I feel like that's an order for the extension of The Road to Mecca. How's the production been so far?
Oh, it's been going wonderfully. It's been really, the response has been overwhelmingly good. The response from the audience, from critics, but also every night it's packed out and people tend to sort of just stand and shout, and so it's very gratifying. One feels very, yeah, you feel very good. You feel happy, you know. You feel that people have been moved. People really have to listen. I mean, it's not a short play. It's a long play, and they really have to concentrate, and they really have to listen, and they do. So that's wonderful.
And how's it been working alongside Marius Weyers and Emily Child?
Oh, marvellous, really. I sound like a sunshine kid, I know, but it is. I mean, Marius and I have been working together for many, many years. I was, I think, 20, yeah, when I first worked with Marius. Okay. And we used to play Juve leads opposite each other for many years, and then Performing Arts Council of the Transvaal. So we know each other so well. And then we had a long break. We didn't work together for something like 28 years. And then a few years ago, we started working together again. And we always say it's like riding a bicycle, you know, it's so wonderful. You have that trust, you have that immediate knowledge of the person. So it's lovely because you can really push your own parameters, you know, and you feel safe. And then the first time I've worked with Emily, and she's just absolutely marvellous. I mean, apart from being a wonderful actress, she's also a wonderful human being. She's such a lovely girl, she really is.
Amazing. Now, you mentioned, you know, pushing your own parameters. I mean, how do you portray the role of Miss Helen so well that you do? Because it's quite a taxing role. I mean, the audience is responding to it, hence the production's being extended.
It is taxing. It's a long journey. It was a long journey to find her as well, because she's quite a complex person. She's, you know, she lives within this world of her own, in which she has these visions of building a Mecca, which is really her place of light and escape. And she talks a lot about the darkness and about the depressions in her life, and even to the point of where she wanted to take her life. And in real life, of course, she did eventually swallow caustic soda, which was the most gruesome death, but that's not in the play. Okay. So thank goodness, so we don't have to do that. So yes, I had to find this rather timid human being in terms of ordinary day life, and yet she's a giant in her own world. When she's in her own world, she just expands, and she just becomes this extraordinary woman who can't cope with the small life that is offered to her in that little village, and she certainly can't go to an old age home where she'll just lose her own sense of herself. You know, she's built this magical life around her, which sustains her, and her fear of losing that, of losing the inspiration, the creative force that helps her to do that, is a very big one. That, you know, and yeah, so she's been interesting. Lots of textures to play with. Lovely to work with Greg Cavallis, our director. It's just been a wonderful journey. The whole thing has been marvellous.
Well, that sounds exciting and very, very interesting as well. And what do you hope the South African, or in fact, not just the South African audience, but anyone that comes and watches the show, what do you hope they take from it?
Well, I think it's a very good reflection of a certain part of our society, where as soon as something is not understood, if you don't know what it is, you want to kill it. You know, you want to get rid of it, you want to stomp on it. And I think for me, what audiences could take away is that there's so much magic in stuff that you don't understand. So rather explore it, go with it. Try and find out what it's about before you criticize it and kill it.
Oh, thank you so much for that, Sandra. I'm actually feeling so inspired now because I think a lot of people can relate to moments like that in their life. But thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Zoe.
Be sure to support local productions. The Road to Mecca will be on the Fugard Theatre until the 12th of May 2018. That's every Tuesday to Saturday at 8 p.m. with a 4 p.m. matinee service on Saturdays. Tickets cost from 130 Rand to 230 Rand, so be sure to get your tickets today.
So with that, be sure to support our local theatre productions. The Road to Mecca will be on at the Fugard Theatre until the 12th of May 2018, with shows on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. and a 4 p.m. matinee on Saturdays. And tickets will cost you between 130 and 230 Rand, but be sure to get your tickets. Right now, we're in the kitchen about to make a beautiful, delicious Be Well Moroccan couscous. A great idea if you want to have a good lunch or a light dinner. And yeah, so being somebody that's looking at a healthier way of living and eating healthier, this is a great idea, man.
And come on, man, Moroccan couscous, it's going to be flavorful, that you can expect. But we are using our hero Be Well canola oil, which is a healthier option, containing only 7% saturated fat compared to your sunflower, which is 12%, and your olive, which is 15%. And it's also endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa, and also the only oil in South Africa to carry the Cancer Smart Choice seal due to its omega-6 and omega-3s.
Yes.
So very healthy,
there
man.
It is.
Very, very cool. Naturally cholesterol-free, very high in omega-3s as well, like I've mentioned. So let's put it together, dude. We've got a pan. It's hot. Okay?
You go right ahead, chef, sir.
Okay, here we go. Just a dollop of our Be Well canola. All right.
Is that what a dollop is?
Yeah, it's a dollop. It's like
dollop.
Okay.
Dollop.
A dollop.
It's
here we have
smoking in the pan,
It's
buddy.
smoking hot. Yeah, it's hot. I'm just gonna
that's a hot pan,
move it a little
buddy.
bit to the side. All right.
Oh, it's a hot pan.
We have some baby marrows. Woo-wee. So we're gonna fry this all up. Some carrots and some onions.
Quickly, yeah, because otherwise things tend to stick. But
That's
it's okay.
it.
There we go.
No, that's good because the oil in there is great. All right, let me just use this guy over here.
What else is our ingredients?
All right, dude.
We've got some red peppers.
That's
Can
red
I go?
peppers. Go for it, brother.
Go for it. There we go. And we've got some garlic.
Yes, that's garlic.
Lots and lots of it. Get inside.
Nice. Get in there. And then we need the chickpeas in there, please. As well, please.
Chickpeas, of course, because it's...
We're going to heat that through.
Moroccan.
Obviously, this has been drained from the aquafaba that it was resting in.
The aquafaba?
The aquafaba.
That's quite an expensive word you're throwing around.
Bro, it's a Monday morning. Yeah, you got to impress, eh? You got to impress.
Aquafaba. Okay, what else are we doing here?
All right, so this is it, now. So the couscous we've made already. So basically, this is good. So it's 1.5 cups of chicken stock to a cup of couscous, all right?
Okay, can I
just
open
not
it?
make a mess here. You can open it, yes. So
Here we
we
go.
obviously covered it with cling film so that it can actually just absorb nicely.
Yes.
So you can just loosen it up for us with a fork.
With a fork, I shall loosen up the couscous.
That's it.
Which will now absorb the chickpeas and the rest of the ingredients that have been cleared of the aquafaba.
There we go. So in there we have some cumin, all right, and also some turmeric to just color it nicely, and some raisins because we want to keep it strictly Moroccan, all right?
Yeah.
All right, dude.
I'm ready, buddy.
Let's get some of this stuff
inside.
in there. All right, 1 second, 1 second. There we go. So we got this all heated nicely.
I thought you were going to just turn the pan and just
No, dude,
flip
I
it
feel like
all
I'm
in
going to
there.
make a mess.
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to make a mess.
All right.
Let's get this in there nicely, and you
By
can
the way,
smell already.
If you've just joined us, we're making a delicious Be Well Moroccan couscous. And so SMS the keyword Be Well to 33728 and we'll send you a link to the recipe as well as the...
Start mixing that in there, brother.
Recipes. Look at that. Just get inside.
All right, so we have some parsley.
Oh, mate. Yes,
all right, that
man.
you're going to mix in there as well.
I mean, what are you talking about?
And a little bit of mint as well.
What are you even talking about? This smells incredible.
Dude. And look how beautiful. The color, that is what we're after. You need to eat a colorful thing because you know that you get all the nutrients in there as well. And then...
It's like 7 colors of the rainbow, Baba. You're having Sunday lunch in Monday dinner, whatever.
Mine is the aquafaba, of course.
Yeah, aquafaba. All right, cool. What are we doing now?
Dish it out there quickly for us.
So would this be like typically what you dish like for your guests?
With your roast chicken.
Oh, so like that's
your roast chicken.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the honor of dishing it up because I'm super nervous about messing it up. Presentation has never been my forte when it comes to dishing.
Dude, we're just gonna pop it on there.
Oh, with the chicken.
Bro, this is amazing.
Yes,
Wait for it. Let's
man.
get one more scoop over here. And then if you want to just give us a nice little sprinkle there of
a little
our gems,
sprinkle of
pomegranates.
Pomegranate, just get it in there.
Is the camera getting it? Yes, the camera, the pomegranates.
All of it for the people.
Yes. Pomegranate Bay Fantastic. The camera has got your shot.
Inside.
And how is that to start your Monday morning knowing that this is on the menu for dinner?
I'm coming to your place if you're inviting me, bro.
I'm just wrapping that.
I'm there 6 o'clock for 5.
Yeah, I'll heat that up.
What?
It's fine.
5
We've
or
made
6?
it now.
I don't know.
Let's
Give
make
me
it
a
spicy.
plate too, please, gents. Well, listen, if you've never heard of a golden latte, then get ready to be amazed because your morning coffee is about to be challenged. Tune into Afternoon Expresses this Monday at 4:30 p.m. as Chef Clem Pedro prepares Golden Milk, a turmeric latte packed with nutrients, antioxidants, and delicious warming flavors.
So it's how to shine with Mac Kitchen cleanup time. And how often do you open up your refrigerator only to see shelves stuffed with things? Things, yeah? Even stale things, nasty smelling things, gross things. Yeah. Your fridge is a storage place for food that needs to be kept chilled to maintain its freshness and safety. And there's no reason or no shortcuts when it comes to food safety. Of course, we know exactly what happened in recent times.
Yes.
So make sure that your fridge is on your Mac Zap list for a weekly clean. It has to be.
The Zap list. All right, so here we go with tip number 1. Now, a Mac multi-purpose cream cleaner is perfect for this job, actually. It's active ingredient or detergent and soft abrasive loosens and lifts tough dirt to leave surfaces clean, shiny and scratch-free as well. Now, Mac dishwashing liquid's concentrated high foam formula contains the degreasing power of active lemon as well, making sure that you clean it properly.
Yeah. So tip number 2 when it comes to general fridge cleaning. Now, most of us have a combination fridge over a freezer in our homes. So if you're lucky enough to have side-by-side fridges and freezers, then there are essentially two compartments that have to be cleaned, the fridge and the freezer side. And you've got to make sure that they're always maintained because food is always going in and out. You're cooking and you're bringing new food in, old food coming out.
That's why.
Make sure it's clean.
What is it? Cross-contaminate.
Yeah. Especially like, you know when some of the food like defrosts and then you get, let's say like chicken.
Yes.
And then you get like the little liquid at the bottom. Clean it out. Get it out.
So tip number 3 for the interior of your fridge, all right? Now, acidic foods such as your milk and citrus juices may leave a mark if allowed to remain. Now, you can wipe up spilled food immediately. You have to do that. And then take the opportunity to throw out anything that is past its use-by date, all right?
Yeah.
Then make up a solution of Mac cream cleaner in warm water and sponge down the inside of the fridge nicely. Now, rinse and wipe dry. And then also wash your crispers, your baskets, your doors, and also your shelves with solution of Mac dishwashing liquid in warm water. And then regularly clean around the rubber door gasket to prevent a buildup of grease. A lot of people forget to clean around that rubber gasket.
Yes.
Then repack your fridge, ensuring to leave enough space so that air can actually circulate.
That's very important.
Yes.
Now, our next tip, which part of the fridge do you think is the dirtiest?
Bro, the inside we tackle, must be the outside.
The outside, the handle. Because can you imagine how many people touch, open, close that fridge every single day? Just think about, how many times you yourself actually open up that fridge door and the family doing it every single day. So that is a messy place. So clean the outside of your fridge with a solution of Mac Cream Cleaner in warm water. Then rinse and dry with a soft cloth, and then make sure to pay special attention to the handle area and where, of course, all of the grime accumulates. Because you never know, even with the guests coming over to your house. Where have their hands been?
You don't know, man. We've got a rule. It's almost like a law.
What?
A law. Wash your hands the minute you step into the house. You have to do that.
Yeah,
adapted with the baby coming.
Do you say it like that to people? Wash your hands before you come into the house.
No, absolutely. Are you? Yeah. Like hand sanitizer. Anyways, tip number 5, the freezer, all right? So the freezer, always label foodstuff. Remember that. Always label foodstuff so that you know how long it's been in the freezer and discard it when it has exceeded its freezing date. Now use a solution of Mac Cream Cleaner in warm water to wash down the walls, the shelves and the drawers as well, and then rinse and dry thoroughly. Repack then the foodstuff in the date order. And of course, a Mac Multipurpose Cream Cleaner keeps your appliances clean, shiny and scratch-free. So that's taking care of the inside, the outside, the handles, the freezer, everything.
Everything. Mac making cleaning very, very easy. And of course, you can win a Mac hamper every week. So to stand a chance of winning, SMS the keyword MAC, M-A-Q, to 33728. SMSs will be charged at R50 and no free SMSs apply. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Now, this week's giveaway ends at midnight this Friday. So get entering and good luck.
New Mac Multipurpose Cream Cleaner easily removes tough dirt from surfaces all over the home, making it easy for you to shine.
Well, don't go anywhere. Still more fun and games coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Kayley Mal still with us in studio, and we're going to see how low can she go after the break. There you go. See, it's easy.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning and welcome back to the show. Just a brief report on the latest right now regarding what happened on Saturday after the Kaizer Chiefs game. The latest right now is that 2 people have been arrested and are expected to appear in court on charges of public violence and malicious damage to property. Now, the pair is expected to appear in the Durban Magistrates Court tomorrow. This according to Jacaranda FM. Also, Kaizer Chiefs and the PSL have released a statement that condemns the violence that took place. In fact, Business Live reported this morning that a security guard is fighting for their life in hospital. And they've also confirmed that the 2 arrested were the ages of 27 and 33 years old. And of course, pictures like this are making their way all across the internet. Horrible, horrible pictures of what happened on that day after the game. And we really are praying for the security guards' safety while they are in hospital fighting for their lives, and our condolences go to the family as well as we think about them right now. PSL chairperson Irvin Khoza will be making a press conference statement at 12 p.m.
Thank you, Kat, and let's truly trust that justice will be served. Now, the next episode of Tropica Island of Treasure is kicking off tonight on SABC3, and we're going to put Kayley Mal, our guest artist, through a little game of how low can you go.
She's been shaking in those little boots of hers already, okay?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right,
okay, cool.
all right,
So we're going to see how low you can go. You're only allowed one hand under the tray. If they fall over, that's fine, but don't let them touch the floor. That means you're out. Okay,
Yeah,
if you're ready.
And whatever you need to do to get under this bar, okay? That's it, right. Let's go.
Okay, let's see how low Kayley can go.
Oh, look, and she's dressed so nicely.
There we
Very
go.
Elegant.
Not bad.
Oh, nice, nice. I like that. Okay.
There we go.
Still easy. Still easy.
See, it gets challenging. There we go. Still very ladylike. There we go.
All right. All right, Katie. Here we go. This is the real deal now.
Okay. Ooh, well done. There we go.
Okay.
Come on, make it smooth.
Family friendly.
Family friendly. There we go. Ooh, look at her. Well done, Kayley.
All right, Katie, now.
This is where it gets tough.
I would like to see the strategy going in now. What are we going to do?
Right, okay. Family friendly.
Family friendly.
Well done. Okay.
I never
think I've done that.
Okay, let's see if she can beat this one.
There we go.
Oh, hectic. Okay.
This is
I
going
know,
to be a
it
tough
gets
one.
worse every time.
Family friendly. Okay.
How is she going to approach this one? What is she going to do? Yes.
Guys, while this happens, we've got to say bye. Catch it tonight, 7:30 on SABC3. TIOT8.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bye.
There we go.
Yes, guys. Good. Well done. Thanks for the fun.
Good.
Yes, Katie.
You're a champ. You're a champ.
Well done. Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.